My friend Carlos Gongora raised a very interesting question, and I believe he touched upon a very subtle yet profound musical phenomenon. From my understanding, although the difference between 432 hertz and 440 hertz is only 8 hertz, most people may find it hard to perceive directly. However, because I am particularly sensitive to breath support, I can clearly detect the differences between them. I feel that when tuned to 432 hertz, with the overall frequency being slightly lower, the music sounds rounder, more relaxed, and more natural. I find that at this frequency, the singer's legato and airflow appear smoother, the sense of vocal centering is better, and the muscular tension is relatively reduced. On the other hand, when tuned to 440 hertz, I notice that the sound is brighter, tighter, and sharper. From my experience, breath support must be more precise and firmly maintained. Otherwise, the voice tends to sound floating, tense, or even lacking in solidity. Therefore, when I adjusted Francesco Albanese's 1941 recording of Dicitancello Vui, originally recorded at 432 Hz, up to 440 Hz using software, I felt that even such a small change subtly affected the elasticity of breathing, the flow of the voice, and muscular coordination. At 432 Hz, I feel that breath support is natural and sustained. At 440 Hz, it feels slightly hurried, requiring more tension to maintain the pitch. Finally, when I played the two audio tracks simultaneously, I could hear very clearly that it almost sounded like two people singing a duet. I believe this is because the frequency of breath oscillation differs, leading to a separation in vocal texture. The 432 Hz sound is more stable and mellow, while the 440 Hz sound is brighter and tighter.
Cancella sta compagna vostra c'ha già perduto sulla mia fantasia, che pensa sempre che tutta vita mia io non ci volesse dicere, ma non ci saccio Cancella buia, che non m'ascorda mai, e la passione più forte una catena, che mi tormenta l'anima. Lacrima lucente è caduta, di cita mano poca che pensata, con occhi rosa, buia sulla me guardata, lavammoci sta maschera, dici ma verità. Questa catena che non si spezza mai, suona gentile, come all'aria taglia per campare.
In the end, when we listen to the so-called duet, it becomes unmistakably clear that it sounds as though two different singers are performing together. This phenomenon highlights a much deeper issue. The change in recording technology and tuning standards has fundamentally overturned the natural human voice. Once songs are recorded under the altered standard, any singer who studies and tries to imitate these recordings will, often unconsciously, adapt to the modified pitch and the corresponding sensation of breath support. The body, the muscles, and the breathing mechanism will subtly adjust to fit this unnatural tuning, not because it is superior, but because it has been normalized through mass reproduction. As a result, after the new international standard came into effect, roughly from the 1950s onward, the world witnessed the gradual and tragic disappearance of the true Italian bel canto tradition. The root cause lies precisely here, the global shift in recording standards in 1939, a time that coincided with the rise of German fascism and its ambition to dominate the world. Was the imposition of this recording standard directly connected to that political atmosphere of control, conformity, and erasure of individuality? Perhaps, but that is another research topic, one I choose not to pursue. My purpose is simple: to awaken people to a truth that has long been ignored. The establishment of a barbaric international standard, one that disregarded the fundamental principles of natural human phonation, forcibly unified all voices into an artificial 440 Hz A4 tuning. This was, in essence, an act of cultural fascism. It not only buried the true Italian bel canto tradition, but also annihilated centuries of accumulated wisdom in vocal technique, artistry, and the organic relationship between the human body and sound. It swept away the richness, the diversity, and the deeply human qualities that had once defined vocal art, replacing them with a rigid, mechanical, and strained way of singing. This is my conclusion. And what is both laughable and deeply tragic is that even today, most of humanity remains completely unaware of this devastating loss, still blind to how something so subtle yet so profound was taken away.
Dici t'ancella sta compagna vostra, ha già perduto sulla fantasia, che pensa sempre che tutta vita mia io volesse dire, ma non giù sappia dire. Voglia bene assai, dici t'angelo pure, che non m'ascolta mai, e la passione più forte la catena, tormenta l'anima e non mi fa campare. vicenda m'è caduta, di cita ma non poca accappantata. Cucciolata, buia su gambe guardata, lavando già sta maschera, dici ma verità. Voglia buona saia, si tu che sta catena, che non s'aspetta mai, somma gentile, sospira via carnale, cerco come l'aria, taglia tempo.